Hi everyone, my name is Kim Stone and I'm here today to talk to you about a topic of utmost importance if you've got a network marketing business today. A lot of companies nowadays are using as the choice to get information out there to lots of people very quickly a service called webinars. And there's lots of different companies that offer this service, but essentially it's where you can invite people to hear a presentation live with a top leader of a company in a way that's very comfortable for them. Literally, they can be sitting right in their pajamas at home one evening on their computer, maybe with a telephone in hand, or actually listening right over the speakers of their computer to really get the inside scoop of what's going on with a company. And you know, the company that I work with does this on a regular basis, but there's actually some real guidelines or tips to make the webinars really work best for you. You know, one of the things that the webinar does is demonstrates to someone that they don't need to be the expert when they come into the business, that they've got top leaders in place who will share the information with their prospects, and they also learn with this method that what can start out to be a local business can grow into a huge national business very quickly with this great tool. Now, one of the things that's really important for you to understand is that this is still, even though we might say a high-tech, but it's a high-tech, high-touch business nowadays. So when you are being sent a webinar invitation, which is usually the way this occurs, your upline will send an email downline saying, we've got all these webinars available, you know, multiple times a day, 7 days a week with our company. You'll actually get an email, and it's an email that you can then forward to people that you want to have get in front of this. But really, what you want to do is control the situation as much as you possibly can, not only so that you know somebody's actually going to be on a particular webinar, but that you can have arranged in advance how you can follow up with your upline's help, not only to answer questions, but to enroll people. So there's a couple of steps that you can take to make this process absolutely smooth sailing. So let's imagine that you're sitting down with telephone in hand and you're going to be inviting somebody using an indirect approach to ask for their help in the launch of your new business. So essentially the conversation would go somewhat like, you know, hey Bob, I'm so glad I got a hold of you. Listen, I've only got a minute. I know you're busy too. I'm working on a really exciting new business project and I could really use your help. You know, I thought of you because you're always ahead of trends at work. You know, people really value your opinion, and I know that you can steer me in the right direction with some great contacts. And this is what I need your help with. Are you going to be home tonight around 9 o'clock when you could jump in front of your computer and get on the phone, and in about 15 minutes I can show you what I've got going on? And when the person responds, well sure, I'm going to be around tonight about 9, I'll say, great, here's what I'm going to do. I've got an email that I'm going to send out to you right now, and on it there's a schedule of calls, these special insider information sessions. Tonight, the call at 9 o'clock is going to be very special. You'll get to hear from some very top leaders in our company, really what's unfolding behind the scenes, and this is the call that really I need you to listen in on. So I'm going to send you the link. You need to click on that first little link that says, you know, Sunday night, 9 o'clock. It'll actually send you an email link back. And then at about 5 to 9, you can simply go to your computer, go online, you'll have a message there that reserved your spot on the call. Click on that, and then I'll tell you what, I'll give you a call just a little bit before 9, and then we'll kind of three-way into the call together. So we can kind of eavesdrop on it together so that we can kind of hear what's going on behind the scenes. And that way, you know, you and I will be able to communicate back and forth with one another. So you've got it. I'll send you the email out and expect to hear from me about 5 till 9. At that point, you've actually done something really terrific for yourself, because in fact, not only have you ensured that that person's going to be on the call, but then after you hang up on that invitation, you can get with one of your upline and say, upline, I've got somebody really great that's going to be on the presentation tonight at 9, and I'd really like to be able to introduce them to you on a three-way at the end of the call. Can you put me in your book for that? And then at the end of the call, you'll be on the line with, say, Bob, and you'll be able to say, hey, Bob, hold on just a second, as if you've got a brainstorm. And then you can dial in the upline and then very simply say, hey, Phil, gosh, I wasn't sure I'd be able to catch up with you, but Bob and I were just on the call tonight, and I knew he would really enjoy meeting you. So Bob meet Phil, Phil meet Bob. Phil's been so helpful to me, and Bob and I go back a long way, and then the upline can kind of take over in the conversation. But if you're going to be inviting people to these webinars, let's say you have 3 people that you're going to have be on the call. I would actually pick the person that you want to follow up with first and foremost as the one that you'd call immediately following the call. When you invite the other 2, I would set it up for, gosh, I don't know how late you're going to be up tonight, but if I can give you a call back, maybe 15, 20 minutes after the call, that would be terrific. If not, why don't we just figure out a time that's going to work for you tomorrow? And then you can actually have the follow-up calls set up for the very next day, because you really do want to get back to people within 24 hours. While the information is fresh in their mind, you're going to actually be able to get the best possible results. So to recap, how to get the best results out of inviting people to take a look at the webinars is, number 1, make this a personal touch business. Make sure you phone the person and personally invite them to take a look, and target a specific call that they're actually going to be able to listen in on and get the commitment. If you want them on Sunday night's call and they say, gosh, we're going to be out of town for the weekend, then say, what does your calendar look like on Monday? And say, great, I've got you marked down Monday night. I'm going to get back with you right after the call. Terrific. This is such timely information. I wanted you to be able to hear about it as one of the very first. The second part of it is, you don't want to be sending mass emails, and you don't want to be giving people choices of 40 different calls to be on, because then you'll be chasing them, and before you know it, you'll seem like this network marketing pest that and you're not going to be getting the results that you really want. So remember, it's a high-tech but high-touch business. You want to keep that personal touch as close to the time that they're getting in front of that information as possible, so you can follow up right away. And if you do that, you'll have much better results, and you'll have a lot more fun building your business very, very rapidly. Thanks for listening. This is Kim Stone, and if you want to hear any more information, you can check back to the site. We've got lots of training videos like this that we'll be glad to help you with.